Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to a update on Blur. Wanted to do a quick update. Yesterday it was, well, over the course of the day, it actually, the price of Blur has been quite neutral, right? But obviously right now it's listed on Binance, which means that Blur right now is open to a way bigger audience. You can see also, I'm not sure if the Binance volume is actually here already as well. But you can see that the volume is down a bit. Yesterday it reached a peak of around $1.2 billion, which is a lot. Right now it has dropped down to below 800 million, which obviously is the weekend, all right? So there's no, that's just normal, all right? Volume over the entire market drops down then. But it's also, in terms of Blur, you can also look at the open interest and on the perpetual swaps. And you see a bit of a drop there, as well. It's still relatively stable right here, but you can see that yesterday evening dropped down quite a bit. So the big question is will Blur still be able to rally up higher to the next price targets, which we talked about yesterday already as well, 78 cents and 80 cents. And the quick answer is yes. It can still rally up higher, all right? Yesterday, like usually what Binance listings did and sometimes still do is that when a token gets listed on Binance, the moment it gets listed, the price spikes up and then dumps. But now, and this reminds me a lot, and we talked about this yesterday already as well, but this reminds me a lot of ordinals, all right? That when that got listed on Binance, it spiked up, but then afterwards it just found support and rallied up higher. And with ordinals, and that's the same with Blur, there already was bullish momentum before the Binance listing, right? So with Blur, you can see that it already was bullish right here. Then it got the Binance listing, but it was already bullish. So there already was something going on, which I think is manipulation. I said that yesterday as well, but you can look at the volume, like 40% of the volume still is coming from Bybit. In total, over 50% is coming from shady exchanges. So yeah, usually when that's the case, it's manipulated. And that means that a crypto is very bullish and then all of a sudden crashes quite hard. So that's also what I expect for Blur, but that also does mean that it still could be bullish right now. So the main question is, like the open interest for Blur, it dropped down a bit, but it's still relatively high. It's still at around 200 million in dollars in open positions. It's the weekend, but I think the main question is that when Blur, because I do expect a bit of a pullback right here, that's also in line with what I expect from Bitcoin. When Blur pulls back to this level right here between 58 and 55 cents, will it find support or not? If the answer is yes, if it finds support and it holds that support and potentially even gets a bullish breakout above 63 cents, it will rally higher, all right? And it will go up to 78 cents and 80 cents. And at this moment, just to be completely honest with you, I do expect this, even though it's a bit of a, it's a bit of a stretch, because that does mean that I expect another rally of over 25%. But if you look at all of the numbers right now and the historical precedents that we have, that looks most likely. All right, I must say, I'm already long since 42 cents. All right, so it doesn't matter that much to me. But I must say that if Blur drops down to that level and it barely finds any support and then eventually probably breaks below that, then I was wrong. All right, so what I'm trying to say is that like both scenarios are possible. When looking at the numbers, it's a little bit more likely that Blur will continue, but I would not blindly long. I would only go long if it finds support and then gets new bullish confirmation. Yeah, which I feel like that's important to know as well. But those are my thoughts on Blur, all right? That's my full analysis. So if you do have any questions about it, let me know down in the comments. I always try to answer them, all of them at least once a day. So make sure to do that if you want to. And lastly, down in the pinned comment and the description, you'll also find links to my premium and signal group. Both very interesting in my eyes, but I'm obviously a little bit biased. If that sounds interesting to you as well, links for that will be down in the description. But that's up to you. For now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.